All right, happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to another Mappy Hour Live. Really excited to continue our Maker Series tonight, presented by Sierra Nevada Brewing Co. We love them. They support us in doing all sorts of fun and creative projects over the years, including now supporting makers across the country. If you are new to Mappy Hour, we are all about supporting people who live in cities, and love the outdoors. So if that is you, definitely join us at mappyhour.org. And if you're in one of our key cities, New York, DC, Chicago, Denver, Seattle, or Bentonville, you can actually join us at in-person events, which we'd love to see you at. And if not, you can start a chapter in your own city or join us online. So that is the end of my announcements, and I'm so excited to introduce Tia. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have been following you since like probably 2014. um,
Awesome.
yeah, and I was so excited that we were doing the Maker series again, and I had the opportunity to reach out and actually get in touch and meet you, and
Yeah.
see some of your work. So for
Cool.
those who are watching who haven't been following you for 10 years,
Yeah.
can you tell us about who you are and what you do?
Sure. Well, I own a company called Vaya bags, and I've been making handmade bike messenger bags, backpacks, accessories like handlebar bags and everything, belts, wallets. Since about 2005. I started in 2005, and so it's coming up on almost 18 years. So yeah, a long time. But it's been
Amazing.
amazing, and I make everything. I was an environmental science major in college, and so I'm really into reusing and recycling materials. So a lot of materials that I use are um, scrap or recycled. So I use recycled bike tubes. I use scrap sailboat awnings, and I'll use like old banners and things like that. So
So
yeah,
cool. So I have
yeah,
many follow-up questions.
yeah.
The first is, all right, so you get this degree in environmental management. Is that what you said?
Environmental science. Yep,
Science,
yep,
excuse me.
yeah,
Environmental science.
yeah.
How does that turn into making bags? Where is
That
the connection
great
there?
question. So I went to Boston University, and at school I rode my bike everywhere. So I love cycling. I love biking around, like especially in the city. It's just the absolute best way to get around. I'm sure, as you know, and all of everyone else knows. So I really needed a good waterproof messenger bag. And so I made myself one, and people really liked it and were like, "Oh, can you make me one?" And I was like, "Sure." And so then I was like, "Oh, maybe I could do this like until I find a real job in my field." And then I just kept doing it and never found a real job in my field because I loved it so much. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was awesome. So I started out doing art and craft shows. I would do like punk fleas and sell the bags there. And then I started doing craft fairs all around the country, like the Renegade craft fairs and all those indie handmade markets that, we know and love. And then I built myself a website and did that. And then in 2010, I opened up my own store in Ridgewood, Queens. So
And
yeah.
that was before Ridgewood blew up. So, you were
Yes, that was when it was all like Polish families, and that was pretty much a couple Puerto Rican families and Polish families living there, and they didn't know what to do with me. They were like, "What are you doing in there?"
you're like, I have
I
bike
would
bags.
yeah. So I had this cute, adorable little shop. The shop is still there, um, but at the time it was just my stuff in there. So I had it separated. So half of the shop was a workshop where I did production. I made all of the bags, and then the other half was a showroom, so people could come in, see the bags, and buy stuff. And then I did that probably up until, let's see, 2017 or so. And then I have two young kids and moved back to Long Island. And I was getting a lot to have my own store and the two kids and then commuting. So I decided to share the store with a bike shop. So now a bike shop is in there and they sell my things out of it for me, which is great. So I don't have to be there all the time. But like we have a great collaboration, and so that like people can go in and they can see bags and buy bags. And right now I do a lot of my work. Like I get a lot of custom orders. So people will email me or order off the website and I'll just ship it to them, and we're mostly doing that these days.
Got it. And
Yeah.
so, did you learn how to sew growing up, or is it something you taught yourself when you decided you wanted a new bike bag?
Yeah, so I knew how to sew already. My dad was a leather craftsman. So yeah, he made leather and suede clothing. And he was actually an early recycler. He found a leather factory on Long Island that was throwing out all of these like leather skins and like scraps because they had little imperfections. So he was like, this is such a shame. So he used to dumpster dive the leather, take it, and he made this awesome like funky leather and suede clothing and would sell it in art and craft shows around the country. So I grew up in the crafts scene, like going to craft shows with him. And when I in my teens, early teens, I started sewing for him and helping him make his clothing. And so then he started selling them at Renaissance fairs. So he would do Renaissance festivals, and my brother took over the business and still sells the leather and suede clothing at the Renaissance fairs. But yeah, that's how I learned how to sew, from him. And then after that, I worked at a sailboat awning company. So for a little while, helping sew sails. And that's how I became really familiar with the material that I use. It's sunbrella fabric, and they use it for sailboat awnings. So it's really durable and waterproof. So as I was working for them, I was like, oh, this would make a really cool like messenger bag material. And so I asked them, like, can I take some of these scraps home? Because they would make these bigs and they had these tons of scraps that they would just throw away. And so they were like, yeah, take whatever you want. So I would just take home the scraps and I'd make bags from them and recycle them. And yeah, that's how I got kind of going.
I love that. So you like had somewhat of a roadmap for
Yeah.
how to be in this world before you dove in completely.
Definitely. Yeah, I was definitely inspired by my dad's work and his like recycling and being creative, but also like using materials that someone would throw out. I thought that was a really cool thing, and totally went hand in hand with my environmental science background as well. So
Yeah, I feel like you and especially your dad were just way before your time. Like I feel like right now that's like a very trendy thing, but
oh
like
yeah.
in 2003 when you started, I don't think like many people were even thinking about upcycling or reusing
Yeah.
material. So it's
Yeah,
so cool.
probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then later on, as I got going, I kept looking for other materials. And the bike tubes, I was like, oh, is there something cool we could do with the bike tubes? And then I started playing around with them and sewing and found out it made a really cool material that I could incorporate in the bags. And so that's definitely one of my favorite materials to use these days is the recycled bike tubes. Yeah.
So where do you just get them from the bike shop? How do you source
Yeah.
the Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually overrun by, I get them from a lot of places, but City Bike offered me their tubes once, like truckloads. And I was like, all right, I
Wow.
think I don't know if I have enough space for that. But
Yeah.
I have a couple bike shops that save them for me after they change out a flat. Instead of throwing them out, they save them for me, and I'll wash them and clean them and then sew them together to make like a fabric. And I'll even get customers who save me tubes, and I'll get a couple boxes, in the mail or going to the shop. They'll say, I left you some bike tubes. So yeah,
It's awesome. People just know at this point that you need them.
they know, yeah, where to bring their tubes to.
Yeah. All right. So the materials that you mentioned were the sail awning and
Yep.
then the bike tube. Are there any
Yep.
other materials that you really like working with?
Yeah. So lately I've been using a waxed canvas a lot, which is really cool. I love the suppleness of it. So just it's a great material. It's like more natural, but still waterproof, like really cool material. So I've been making a lot of like handlebar, like stem snack bags out of those that are really neat. So that is one that I've been working with that I really like a lot. But I'll use other non-recycled materials too, like a waterproof vinyl. They use it for truck tarps and things like that. So it's super durable, super waterproof. Yeah, and lasts like basically forever.
Right, which is amazing. That's another,
Yeah.
eco-friendly thing is just make it so you never have to replace it.
Yeah, exactly. So much of fashion these days is it just falls apart and then has to go to the landfill, and like, and it's such a shame, like, and that you would just like use something for a couple months and then have to throw it away, and so
Wild.
yeah, yeah. So, and I also do repairs, which is awesome. So if something happens to a bag, like get people after 10 years, that say, oh, one of my clips broke or something, they'll send it back to me, I'll fix it, and then they have their bag again for another 10 years, So, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Probably
And
not the smartest business model, but, it makes me feel
I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting question we could dive into. I mean, I
but
feel like it's
ethically,
very
I
much
feel really
values
good about
aligned.
it. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
all that counts.
exactly. Yeah. Um, so I'm wondering if right now might be a good time to show off what we have coming down
Oh,
the
yeah.
pipeline. Yeah? Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So we asked Tia to make a custom Mappy Hour Sierra Nevada bag for us, which
Yeah.
teaser we're going to be giving away starting on
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
And she has it now to show off.
Yep.
So
There it is.
boop-a-doo, drum roll. Oh my God, it looks so good. This is
Yeah, you
also the
get
first
it
time
all in
I'm
the
fully
shot.
seeing it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we got the live in the city, love the outdoors
Yeah.
vibe. Can you
So
tell us about
that's
the fabrics
yeah.
on that? Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it looks so
Yeah.
good. Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, it
Hell
looks,
yes.
yeah, I love the way it came out. It's got the sunset in the back. I'm trying to like get it so that you can see it,
Yeah.
but it's harder than you think. And then it has the trees, because of the like, but then the city in the front. So I love, that it combines the outdoor elements with the city elements and everything. And it's all the things that I love, like, like sunsets are one of my favorite things. It's in the like a city sunset, and then like going on adventures. Like my family is really big on hiking and adventuring, so yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
pumped how it came out.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And we'll be
Thanks.
sharing more yeah, we'll be sharing more photos on our Instagram so y'all can see more of it,
Yeah,
even though we're getting this
if
sneak
I
peek
can
right
fit it
now.
in. We
Awesome.
got
Yeah, we're getting like
pockets.
most of it. Ooh, okay, yeah, show us the inside.
So nice, nice vinyl. Again, it's hard to get it in, but
I know.
and the strap is one of my favorite parts actually, because it has, well, the stabilizer strap for biking, so it doesn't swing around on you when you ride your bike. You can, that goes crossbody. And then this D-ring, if you pull it, it loosens the back strap, and then you just pull the bottom and it tightens right up. So it's super
Amazing.
simple, to adjust while you're riding, which is also another one of my favorite features of the messenger bag. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I'm already jealous of whoever is about to win that.
Yeah, I know. I was so excited the way it came out. I think it looks great. So I
It
hope
does.
whoever wins
Yeah.
it gets a lot of great use out of it.
Yeah, we want you using this bag for 25 years.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this, you're committed
Right.
to long-term
Yeah.
messenger bag usage.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Um, yeah, so you were mentioning that, you have kids and live on Long Island now. Are you
Yep.
still able to find time to bike?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just, we do a lot of, Long Island has some great places to go. We'll bike, I bike to the store and bike with the kids. But we're near Comset State Park. I don't know if you've ever been there, and it's a great place to go around, and they have, they have a paved path, that's awesome. And then they also have like mountain biking trails, which is great.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, I'm not doing as much as I used to. Obviously, that's how mom life goes. But
To
yeah,
be
I just
expected.
yeah, but I just still here and there, and I'm so proud. My kids are starting to learn to ride their bikes. They're 5 and 8, so they're doing good. My daughter at 5 just took off her training wheels, so we're very pumped.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's a
So
big deal.
yeah, yeah. And my husband is an avid cyclist too. He commutes, he's a teacher in the city. So he bikes to the train, then takes the train, then has another bike and bikes from that station into Bushwick and back. So he does about 10-mile commute, each day. So yeah.
Wow. Does he do it all 4 seasons?
All 4 seasons. He's out
Ooh,
there in the
yeah.
snow, rain, everything. I know. So yeah, and so I often use him, put the bags to the test. Yeah. So he's
Right, you're
using a
like, "Please
Vaya
take this."
backpack. You'll see him with a bite
Yeah.
to backpack out there in the snow and the rain. So yeah,
I feel like
it's
that is the
cool.
best product testing there is,
It
because you
is.
really do
It's
get some
great.
weather in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So what's next for Vaya? Is it do you think you'll keep doing custom bags? Do you ever think you're gonna open another store, or you kinda, you
Yeah,
know
it's I don't know. That is a really good question. Right now, until my daughter goes to kindergarten, it's gonna be me doing bags, custom bags until they come in. But who knows if I once I get more time, who knows? I'd love to have another store if I can, because it was really fun to meet. Like I love meeting people and seeing their reactions to the bags and seeing how much they love stuff. So I'll
Yeah,
probably definitely be getting more out there as I get more time, and
yeah,
doing stuff like that. But yeah, just keep trucking along. It's been awesome and it's great that I can, you know, meld meld it the way I want to, depending on my availability. So I used to be way more busy. I had a bunch of employees, and then now to cut back a little bit and give myself the time and the space to be a mom. And then I hope to grow it, expand it a little bit more as I get more time. But we'll see. We'll
yeah,
see where it takes me. Yeah.
yeah. You know, I'm gonna say this, people say this to me sometimes, and it's hard it's not always my favorite thing to hear, because 'cause I'm like, I'm stressed, running a business is hard," but, like, it
Yeah.
does sound like, and it is, I recognize that, but it is also amazing
Yeah.
that you have been able to find, this niche in an industry that you're passionate about, and in a way that fits with your lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah, it's
really cool.
great. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's been the best thing. Like I absolutely love it. I love, the creative process, like creating things and designing it, and then being able to use my environmental science background and use recycled
Mhm.
material. And then also, like, I love cycling, so to do something with that, it's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
and you
Do you
honestly meet the nicest people. Like, all of my customers are absolute gems. Like, if I could brag all day about my customers, they're so amazing. Like, they're just the nicest, most understanding people. Like, they'll order something and then I'll be like, "Oh no, my kid got sick. Like, can you wait a week?" And they're like, "Of course, do what you gotta do." I'm like, "Thank you." And then they get their bag and they're so excited, and they always send me lovely notes. So it's
Oh,
it's it's so rewarding, to like
yeah.
see this, like these awesome people that that support, like, handmade stuff. Like it's so
Yeah.
easy these days to go to Target and buy a backpack, and for people
Yep.
to go out of their way to support like a small, like, women owned, handmade business, and like pay a little bit more, but they
Yeah.
get the quality. It's so cool. Like, it really
So
makes
cool.
me feel good about society.
Right, yeah,
Like,
that those people
like,
exist.
yeah, like it's awesome.
I love that. It's such a positive note for us to wrap up on.
Yeah.
Is there anything else about Via I didn't ask, or that you'd wanna share?
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm just so excited and thrilled to be a part of Mappy Hour and to like talk with you guys, and also, thrilled that like Sierra Nevada could like help facilitate this, and just so grateful that, you contacted us to like do this. I'm so excited. This has been amazing. So I
Yeah,
really
no,
hope.
right back at ya.
Yeah.
It was, like, awesome. It was like, "Okay, this is what I want." You're like, "I got it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was so cool. I feel like it was such a great fit, and it was so much fun to make the bag for this and to design it. It's been awesome. So thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, and maybe someday, we can, like, maybe after your kid is in kindergarten, we can have you at, like, a live event.
Oh yeah, I love
Maybe
that.
next year for Bike Month. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That would be
Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah,
that'll be fun.
definitely. No, I think Mappy Hour is awesome. So this is great.
Nice. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks again for being part of this, and thank you to all who are watching. Stay tuned on the Mappy Hour Instagram, because we have a very surprising giveaway coming on Wednesday. And that's all we got for tonight. So, bye all.
Great. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.